I was born with a heavy chest and lust curves. My master Aphrodite feared her husband Apollo would want me, so she forced me to marry that war god Ares, who was impotent. As she sent me out, she brainwashed me.
Ares was hurt in war. That part of him doesn't work. At least he is a hero.
But 3 months later, I learned the young warrior Ares was badly hurt. They carried him back, covered in blood. He was barely alive. An oracle said a certain mortal woman must wed him to save his life and glory. Aphrodite rushed to be the matchmaker. She presented me to Ares. I was just Aphrodite's slave. I had no way to refuse. Aphrodite said if I refused to marry, she would give me to Tantalus, a man tortured forever in the underworld. I knew she was still bitter about my past with her husband, Apollo, so I knelt and swore an oath. I said I never crossed a line with Apollo. Aphrodite slapped me angrily.
What good is an oath? Look at your chest. Don't you know how tempting that is?
I hunched my shoulders. Tears fell silently.
Walking around with that big breasts. Who wouldn't want a taste? It's men I don't trust.
Aphrodite's harsh look softened. She bent down to dry my tears.
Ares comes from such a high family. If not for my mother's friendship with his mother Rhea, this excellent match would have been taken.
I begged her to show mercy. Tears in my eyes, my voice was bitter.
Aphrodite, I don't want to be a widow. I can just stay in the kitchen, I promise.
Before I finished, a slap landed on my face. My face burned with pain.
Psyche, don't be ungrateful. If I hadn't vouched for you, with your flirtatious looks, Ares wouldn't even want you.
Just then, the steward ran in, breathless.
Ares is awake!
Aphrodite dragged me to Ares' palace. Through the veil, we heard Ares cough. A priest from Asclepius' temple came out.
Ares is awake, but he took an arrow to the inner thigh. He may never be able to...
Unable to what?
To perform his marital duties. He can't have sex anymore.
Like a thunderbolt. Ares' mother Rhea's legs gave way. I quickly held her up. She didn't fall. Her red-rimmed eyes looked at me sadly.
Child, will you marry such a husband? She agrees. From slave to hero's wife, why wouldn't she?
I was once a free woman. My father was a priest at Asclepius' temple, skilled in medicine, respected by all. I was his daughter from his first wife. My mother died when I was young. My father was kind and loving to me. But after he died, my stepmother wanted my inheritance. She tried to sell me to slave traders. The night before they came, I begged Apollo for help. He stood inside the door, not even opening it a crack.
Psyche, I am engaged to Aphrodite. Here is a bag of gold. To repay your father for saving me. Please leave.
A small purse was tossed over the high green wall. My heart ached like a needle prick. Later, I fought with my stepmother in the street. She wanted to sell me into hard labor. Luckily, Aphrodite's mother passed by and bought me. She made me Aphrodite's servant. Soon after, Apollo became Aphrodite's husband. I acted like I didn't know him. I served Aphrodite faithfully, but she found out anyway. There was no use resisting. I lifted my skirt and knelt respectfully before Rhea.
Lady Rhea, I will marry Ares to prolong his life.
Ares' mother Rhea kept her word. She prepared a proper dowry for me. Aphrodite chose a day when Apollo was away. She married me to Ares.
Ares can't have sex, but at least you avoid childbirth pain. Don't worry. A man who fails in bed might excel elsewhere.
I hadn't even thought about it. I just thought I was serving a new master. I entered Ares' palace. Hero Ares was weak, half lying in bed. We completed the ceremony by his bedside. He turned around. He had a handsome face, completely pale. I whispered, afraid to speak louder.
Ares.
I marry you only to live. I won't touch you.
He pointed to a couch nearby.
Sleep there for tonight. Move to another room tomorrow.
Okay.
He had arranged everything. It was different than I expected. Before the wedding, an old maid had advised me.
You know, couples don't need that part. Mouth, fingers, those work. You just can't get pregnant. Learn a bit. It might come in handy.